save me some.
Hello, my friends. How you doing today? I am doing well, and I'm back with another video because I got a couple of packages in horror related. Okay, so I'm gonna call this the horror related video, something like that. And I've been wanting to open them. One, I will tell you that I did open, and I did preview one of the videos a little bit. I'll tell you the reason why once I open that one up. But let me get to the one that I have not opened up yet. Okay, so this one came in, and it came in from Warner Brother Home Entertainment. It's got the little label thing on the back with my address and everything on it. This is how it came in the mail, which I think was kind of cool because I've never gotten anything. Now, look, let me make this very clear. I paid for this. Okay, it was not free from Warner Brother Home Entertainment. This is just the way I ordered it. And I've never seen it packaged like this, where they just ship it in a packaging where it says Warner Bros. Entertainment, and then they put the mail stuff on the back. I've never seen that before. So I'm going to open this up. Now, I'm not going to unbox this thing. Oh, I'm going to unbox it, but I'm not going to open it up because, to be perfectly honest with you, this is one of those that I don't think I'm ever going to open up. And I had somebody comment below one time. This was probably close to being recently, maybe about a month ago, maybe 2 months ago. You know, if you don't play the stuff or watch the stuff or open the stuff, you know, how do you know it works? You know, I take that chance. You know, the thing is that later on in life, let's say I want to sell this thing, which is not going to happen, more than likely. You know, all my kids want to sell it when I drop dead. They're probably just going to sell it like this, you know what I mean? And you kind of get what you get, you know what I mean? Like, I kind of got what I got, so if this doesn't work, then it could be a problem. But anyway, let's open it up. Yeah, so this is going to be, I know what this is. This is going to be one that I'm not going to open up because it doesn't even make any sense to open up. And I'll tell you why after you see it. This is the Warner Brothers Wes Craven Nightmare on Elm Street 4K Steelbook Deluxe Edition. It's a 4K and Blu-ray combo. The reason why I bought this, now they released Nightmare on Elm Street on 4K, and it was and I like the packaging. I like the packaging, the original. I'm not too big on this packaging. I will tell you that these two little stickers over here, this is like an import sticker thing there. These come off. If I do open up, I'll just peel them off, and then it'll just be like a regular release. It does play on your regular US players. You don't have to worry about the 4K or US, you know, the region 1, region 2, region 3. This is region free. So the Blu-ray will play, and so will the 4K. But unfortunately, I only have one 4K player and only one 4K TV, so I'm never going to watch Nightmare on Elm Street probably ever on 4K. What I got to say about this is, like I said, I did a video not too long ago when I talked about when we went to Salem to go see Nightmare on Elm Street. And I was, as a kid, I know it's kind of crazy because I think I said during that video, and I thought about this after I said it, that I actually wanted to be like Freddy when I was a kid. I mean, I had the mask, I had the glove, I mean, I had the shirt. It was like, because Freddy was like the cool thing, you know. When you're a kid, you're like, you know, you watch the Freddy movie and you kind of don't catch the different things. Like, I had no idea that Freddy was a child molester and a child killer and everything. That part of the movie didn't click at my young age. All I saw was a really cool guy with this cool glove, and I wanted the glove, and I wanted the hat, and I wanted the mask, and I wanted to run around, and I wanted to be Freddy. It didn't really click, the fact that he was a child killer. But now that I revisited the movie, I realized a few things about this movie. Number one, I don't know exactly what the time limit is of how much you see Freddy on screen in Nightmare on Elm Street Part 1. But I gotta tell you, you got that one weird part where his arm's like abnormally long and he looks just stupid. And he's making the sparks come from the wall and everything like that. Then you get to see the glove coming up through the tub. And then I think there's like maybe a couple other scenes where she's like falls asleep in class and he's like chasing her through the boiler room. And then there's the fight scene at the end. And then there's the you know, when he's dancing with her with the girl on the ceiling and the blood's coming down. But besides that, you know, you don't really get to see his face. I guess they didn't what's the word I'm looking for? They didn't perfect the makeup yet. And, you know, I think the makeup was still a work in progress, so I don't think that they had it down, and it kind of made the movie kind of, I was a little bored. I fell asleep when I saw it last time. But like I said, movies are memories, and I had to pick this up because it's classic. It's a Nightmare on Elm Street is Freddy Krueger is an iconic character. Nightmare on Elm Street is a classic character, classic movie, classic horror movie. Had to get it. This thing comes with 4K Ultimate Collection Edition, Special Edition, includes both the theatrical and the uncut versions. Ready for Freddy points. Okay. So see, it says CD alternate take and learning filmmaking secrets behind the scenes. Jump to video highlights, and includes featuring 4K and Blu-ray, rigid slipcase, steelbook, all new 24-page book, two-sided poster, certificate of authenticity. Ooh, certificate of I like that. And 6 colorful character cards, all in this little compartment thing. And I think the whole setup's kind of cool. So I'm gonna put this back in there. I'm not gonna unbox it. Okay, yeah, I'm sure there's gonna be a YouTuber out there that's gonna open this thing up. That's actually gonna play it. Me, I'm not gonna play it. So I'll put it over there, and that will go with my rest of my Freddy collection. But then this is the other thing I want to talk about. This that's right in here. This is it, right? This is the one. This is the thing. Yeah. I've been wanting to get this for a long time, but I could not understand the price of it. Now, what's in this box is going on eBay for over $300-400, and I couldn't understand it because what it is. Let me show you what it is. This is what they call the. Okay, what do they call this thing? Let me put that box down there. In Search of Darkness: The Complete Journey into the '80s Horror Box Set. So in here you have. Let me go like this. You have Into the Darkness, yeah, In Search of the Darkness, A Journey into Iconic 80s Horror 1. And this thing is, and now this is the reason why it's taking me so long. I put in part 1, but I'm going to show you something else. This is going to make a little bit more sense. You'll understand what's going on. This thing right here is 360 minutes, a 360-minute documentary on like, and it's got like famous people in it. Okay, this isn't like a put together garbage documentary. This has like the real actors, interviews with the real actors, and interviews with the real directors and writers and producers, Wes Craven and what's his name there? John Carpenter and then Tom Salvini and all like the big name people are in this thing, and they interview them and everything. It's really cool, and also some real famous like horror iconic YouTubers are on these documentaries too. But this thing, like I said, is 360 minutes long, and I'm progressively getting through it. But am I progressively getting through it because it's a struggle? No, it's just really long. And as I'm going along, they're showing me other horror movies I don't own or I've never even heard of. I'm learning some stuff, and it's also getting me to buy some stuff. So there's been a few things I've been like, oh, I never even heard of that. I didn't even know that was a thing. And then there's other movies that I do own in my collection, and I have not even watched them yet. And I'm like, wow, now I need to watch that because now I've seen the trailer. Because what they do is they show you the trailer, then they talk about it, and then they'll have like the actors from the movie in it, and it's really good documentary. But that's not what I've been watching. So I'll show you. I'm all over the place today. So yeah, this is part 1, and then this is part 2. Okay, and this one is 342 minutes, and this is in Search for the Darkness. Oh, sorry, this is 3. Sorry about that. This is 2. That's 2. And this one is 370 minutes. Okay, and this is In Search of Darkness Part 2: The Journey into 80s Horror Continues, and then we have the Part 3, which says In Search of Darkness Part 3: The Final Journey into the 80s Horror. So this is the complete set. And the problem is that I did not want to buy just part 1, because for some reason part 1 is going for like 100 and change, and then part 2 is 100 and change, and part 3 is 100 and change. Then to buy them all together, we're talking $300 to $400, $500, all different prices. They're jumping all over the place. I'm like, I can't afford that. I can't afford that. And it's a documentary. Do I really want to pay that? I love horror movies. I love documentaries. Okay, I gotta tell you, I could sit through a documentary because like knowledge is power, and the more education I can get about horror movies, the better it is. So there was a seller that was selling this set on eBay, and I talked him down big time. I talked him down big time. But what's even better than that is he threw in the slipcase for. So he must have bought these things individually, because when you bought these things off of the website, I believe you got this case and then you got like part 1 with the case, and then you were waiting for the future copies to come out, and then you could buy part 2 and part 3, and then all together you put them all in this little box or whatever. And so he must have bought the part 1, got the box or whatever from the website, and then he bought part 2 probably from the website, and it came with this slipcase, which is, I keep saying part 2. This is part 3. He must have bought part 2 separately. Then he bought part 3, which came with the slipcase, because you had an option to buy them with or without the slipcase. And then I don't know how he got this, but this one is actually, all this is the first one, but it's the special Elvira Mistress of the Dark Collector's Edition. So this is the one I've actually been watching. This one actually is hosted by Elvira. So it's the same exact video that's 380 minutes, which is the same one as part 1, except you get, actually, I think it's a little bit longer than because it does have an introduction by Elvira. So I bet you it is a little bit longer than this original one. Let me see. Yeah, we got 360 minutes. 360 minutes on this one. And we got 380 minutes on this one. Am I saying 3 or 2? Is that 2 or 3? What am I looking at here? No, it is. It's right. Yeah, 380, 360. Yeah, he's a long doc. So it's 60 minutes an hour. 60, 60 is 120. These things go on forever. But yeah, this one is hosted by Elvira. It's got a lot more Elvira stuff going on. So I figured I'd watch this one first because I'd rather watch it hosted by Elvira. I just thought that would be better. So yeah, if you're on a hunt for these, I'll tell you, they're really good. I haven't watched the 2 and 3 yet. I'm still battling through part 1. But so far everything that I've seen has been like spot on, and it's cool. The way it's set up is they show you like a wall of movies, like all the movies you would have seen on the wall of like your Blockbuster or your or West Coast Video or your video store back in the day. Remember when you were, bring you back to when you were a kid, and you go, your father would take you to the video store, and for some reason I didn't go to the kids section, right? I was right away to the horror section. My eyes were just drawn right to the horror section. I mean, it was just the look of the covers and the look of like, yeah, you remember the first Phantasm cover and the first like a Leprechaun cover, or the first like, what was it, Trolls? Remember Trolls had the little troll with the ball? You know what I mean? It's like, and your eyes are just drawn to it, and you get excited and stuff. And that's what they do. They kind of show you like this big wall of just the covers, and then all of a sudden the camera will close up to the certain one that they want to talk about, and they start telling you, but eventually they go through the whole wall. So it's cool. So you might be looking at like Pumpkinhead over here. You might be looking at Army of Darkness over here. You might be looking at whatever the 80s movie is. I don't even know Army of Darkness is 80s. They did talk about, this one was Evil Dead 2. I don't think they talked about Evil Dead 1. I think it was Evil Dead 2 that they talked about in this. And they did talk about Phantasm 2 in this one. But there was a couple of, the Basket Case. There was a couple of movies that I had, like Maniac. I don't own Maniac, but I think I'm going to buy Maniac because it looked like it was going to be pretty good. I love when I watch documentaries like this. It gets me pumped. It gets me want to, gets me in my collecting mode. It also brings me back to that little kid staring up at those horror movies and then asking my dad, "Hey, Dad, can we rent one of them?" And he's like, "Nope, we can't do that." Wonder why? Because I'm gonna rent these 3 movies over here, and I'm gonna go behind that curtain over there and rent some porn, and I'm gonna come out behind the curtain, and I'm gonna tell you can't have anything, and then we're gonna go home. That's pretty much sums up my childhood at the old West Coast Video or Blockbuster Video until I got older. Then when I got older, I was able to go straight up buy whatever I wanted to buy and get whatever I wanted to get, and I didn't need to ask no permission to rent anything. The only thing I ever asked him to rent when I was younger was Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, and for some reason, I think I have a strange feeling that he was messing with me, because I would go up to him if you remember back in the day, the video stores, they used to have the movie, then behind the cover was the movie, the actual movie, and you would bring the movie up to the desk and put it on the counter, and they would be like, okay, and the picture would stay there, like the actual cover would stay on there, and you would bring them up the movie. This was the VHS times. This is during VHS days, and I remember going up to my father and giving him the copy of Willy Wonka, and then for some reason we go home and it was never Willy Wonka. It was always like something like Hollywood Hot Tubs or some kind of weird like beeline half pornographic movie. He's like, ooh, they must have made a mistake. Every time, listen. I lived in front of that TV, so we went to a lot of. My father rented a lot of movies, and every single time we went to this, it was a rent-a-center. It was actually a rent-a-center that was renting movies. Every time we went to this rent-a-center, for some reason, I would always get Hollywood hot tubs. And my father would go to return. He's like, oh, for some reason we got Hollywood hot tubs instead of Willy Wonka. Whatever. Now my father did watch Hollywood hot tubs. It's like so it did not go to waste. Every time they accidentally gave me, or supposedly accidentally gave me, Hollywood hot tubs, my father did go home and watch Hollywood hot tubs. So was it an accident? Or was my father just a big fan of Hollywood hot tubs and just didn't want to rent, Willy Wonka for me? Was that the thing? I don't know. I've been lied to all my life. I have no idea what the hell's going on nowadays. But with that said, my friends, thank you so much for stopping by. I appreciate you. If you could do me a favor, just pause for a second, because I know that guy right there. No. We gotta do this again. You, right? No, not you. Get your head out of the way. You right there. You haven't subscribed yet. Hit the damn subscribe button already, because I post what I've been posting lately is every Friday and Saturday. I don't know what's going on too with physical media, but Tuesdays have been kind of crappy. I got to be honest with you. I used to post religiously every Tuesday, Friday, and Saturday, but I haven't been getting anything in on Tuesdays. There hasn't been anything at my local stores. There isn't anything. I don't get anything dropped off. They just comment below. Isn't physical media getting more expensive? I don't know about you, but I remember it used to be like $10 or $12 for a DVD. It used to be like $20 for a Blu-ray, and then you were like at the $25 to $28 range for the 4K. Now it's like $20 for the DVD, it's like $30 for the Blu-ray, and like $40 for the 4K. So I definitely think there's some kind of supply and demand situation going on right here. But I'm still gonna support my physical media. But unfortunately, what I cannot support it by buying it through the stores. I don't make that kind of money. So if the sad part is, my wife goes, when you put out your videos, sometimes the stuff you get in the mail is like 2 or 3 weeks after the release date. Does that bother your viewers? I'm like, listen, I hope it doesn't bother my viewers, but I can't afford to go walk into a Walmart or a Target and go give them $40 for a 4K Blu-ray combo pack. I'd rather wait a couple weeks, have somebody either buy it and take the digital code out, or buy it and watch it a couple times, or watch it one time and say the movie sucked or whatever it was, and then put it up on eBay and then buy it for like, I got set prices in my head. This is the way it works. 4Ks, $20. I don't pay any more than $20 for a 4K unless it's something like I needed, or like it's something unbelievable. And as far as Blu-rays go, I go around $15, 15 to 17, depending. If it comes with a DVD, if it's a Blu-ray DVD combo, if it's a 4K, it's got to be a 4K Blu-ray combo. I usually don't buy just the 4K. It has to be a 4K Blu-ray combo. If it's not, then I go with the foreign titles. I go with the overseas ones that come with the 4K and the Blu-ray, which might end up costing me a little bit more. But whenever I like upgrade something, I like to be able to upgrade it and I always want to have the Blu-ray there, because I pretty much watch Blu-rays more than 4Ks. I'm not a big 4K fan. I'm not. And somebody commented not too long ago, why do you buy the 4Ks if you're not a 4K fan? There's a piece in my head that's telling me that eventually, I guess, kind of like the DVDs are kind of like dwindling away. The VHS tapes have already dwindled away, but the DVDs are kind of starting to die out. And in my head, I'm like, I want to make sure that I have the Blu-ray, because I have more Blu-ray players than 4K players. But if they ever get rid of the Blu-ray, then I got to have the 4K. It's strange. I think it's a marketing gimmick that they've roped me into, and being the completist that I am, I have to have what it is. And then they always give you like a new cover or a new slipcase or a new something, and it's part of the collecting sickness. If you are a media collector, you know exactly what I'm talking about, because you probably upgraded your Nightmare on Elm Street probably 3 or 4 times already, and you're probably asking yourself why. You know what I mean? Actually, Nightmare on Elm Street, they only had that. Actually, no, they didn't. They had the DVD, which had like the first time ever available on DVD, which I ended up grabbing that thing, I remember. And then they came up with that real terrible, it's not even a box set, it's just a snapper case with supposedly the entire series on it, like really like shoestring, like cheap way. And then they just released a special 4K edition. So I was like, if I'm gonna buy the 4K edition, I don't want to buy just the 4K, because I'm never gonna get to see it. And then I'm like, I got to get the 4K Blu-ray combo. So I had to go with the overseas one through Warner Brothers to purchase it. Now, once again, we're gonna rewind and go back, and you're gonna be like, but sir, you know, you're not gonna watch the 4K, so why does it even matter? It does. It's listen, hey, I gotta talk to my therapist about that too. My theory on this is that this being a completist and having to have like, I'm trying to fill like a gap. Something's missing in my life. I'm trying to fill it. You know, I'm trying to fill it with the things that have disappeared. And I remember as a kid, you know, coming home from school, actually leaving for school one morning, and all the trash bags out on the sidewalk filled with toys. And I remember looking at them, and I'm like, wow, those Star Wars and He-Man and like, I'm like, wow, this is a lot of Mask. If you don't remember Mask and Centurions and all that stuff. I don't know if you remember all those things. What was the lightning guy? The guy with the gun. He was a cowboy. Blaze something Star. Lone Star, something Star. I can't remember. He had like a double gun or whatever, and he had like enemies and stuff like that. But I remember leaving the house, walking to the bus, and I'm looking down. I'm like, wow, bags full of toys. And I get on a bus, I go to school, I come home, and my room is empty. Completely empty. Except for the bed. I had the bed there. And I'm like, where are all my toys? And my father's like, I threw them all out because you wouldn't clean your room. I threw them all out because you wouldn't clean your room. My Millennium Falcon in the trash. All my classic Star Wars figures in the trash. He-Man in the trash. Everything was gone. So now as in my older age, I'm trying to like replace these toys and movies and things that I had when I was a kid. And I don't think I'm ever gonna be able to do it. I don't think I'm ever gonna be able to replace everything, because now what I had when I was a kid was probably like $2. It was probably like $2 or $3 a Star Wars figure, and that Star Wars figure right now is probably worth about $500-600. So it ain't ever gonna happen. I mean, I've kind of given up on the Star Wars. So if you think I'm collecting Star Wars stuff, no, I've given up on Star Wars. Okay, when Disney took over Star Wars, I gave up on it because it's way too much, way too much stuff. But it's just sad. You know, it's sad that I feel like I have this missing gap in my life, because yeah, I remember those white trash bags. You know, and I remember seeing the Millennium Falcon poking out. It was like, because the bag was so stuffed, it was like the bag was ready to rip, and he's like, I'm like, where's my stuff? You didn't clean your room. So I threw it all out. He goes, I took a shovel from outside. He used a snow shovel, and he snow shoveled all of my toys into a trash bag, and he took them out to the sidewalk, and they went in the trash. And I'll never forget that day. Never ever forget that day. What a crazy thing. He did it to I believe he did that to my brother too. I mean, I'm not 100% sure. My therapist tell me I'm blacking out a lot of things. There's a lot of things blacked out that kind of pop up every once in a while. So that should make these videos even more interesting, because every once in a while I have like a CPTSD flashback of when I was a kid. I'm like, damn, that was screwed up. That was a screwed up thing to do. My kids' toys, because my father did that. When my kids were little, anything that they really loved or enjoyed, it was like their favorite toy, I bought doubles. I to keep them still in the packages. Right now, the first toys my first daughter was ever born, the first Barbie doll she ever asked for, they're completely destroyed. I mean, I think she still has them in a bag downstairs somewhere, but I still have them still in the original boxes, because I bought a double set, because she wanted these Barbie dolls so bad. And I was like, I'm not going to do what my father did to me, so I'm going to hang on to everything that they got. And on top of that, I want to make sure that she has a set for herself for when she gets older to hand over to her. Now, granted, I haven't given them to her yet, because she's got her daughter now, and she's got her husband, and her husband's not really into that kind of stuff. But once I drop dead, you know, and they're going through the house, and they're all rummaging through things, and they're deciding who they're going to get, who's going to get what, they're all going to be really shocked that I bought duplicates of almost every single toy that I ever bought for them when they were little, so that they could have when they're older. Or, and if I didn't buy duplicates, I still have their original toys in bins or in boxes somewhere downstairs in the basement, because I don't want them to ever feel that missing spot that I feel. You get me? You got me? You get me? You understand now? So comment below, and I will see you later. You should have saved me some.